Okay, so here's a nice festive task involving the 12 Days of Christmas song. And the problem is quite simple. How many presents were given in total during the 12 days of Christmas? So if we take day 5, for example, where we've got 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. And you can see all of these days of gifts are going to follow the triangle numbers. Here we've got a total of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 15 gifts. And all of the days follow these triangle numbers, so essentially we just need to add up the first 12 triangle numbers to get a solution to this problem. So let's list out the first triangle numbers to begin with, then see if we can find a quicker way to add them all up. So we've got a partridge in a pear tree on day 1, and then we add two turtle doves to that to get 3. Then we add 3 French hens on the next day, which is 6. On day 4, we get a total of 10 presents. Then add 5 to that. Add 6. Add 7. Add 8. Add 9. Add 10. Add 11. And then finally on the 12th day, there's a total of 78 presents. You can just about see them all. So we could just add all these up now, but I'm sure there's nicer ways of doing this. So take for example, our 5th day where we had those 15 presents. And take the day before it where we had 10 presents. Now, a nice thing about triangle numbers is that if you add consecutive triangle numbers, you can see what's going to happen. Well, you always get a square number, like so. So 10 add 15 in this case is 25. Now, because we've got like 6 pairs of triangle numbers, that means we can add them all together and get 6 different square numbers. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So we'll write it as 2 squared. And then 6 plus 10 is 16, which is 4 squared. Then here we've got 15 add 21, which is 36, so 6 squared. And you can see these square numbers are just jumping up in 2. So the next pair give us 8 squared. This pair here gives us 100, so 10 squared. And then finally here we've got 66 at 78, 144 or 12 squared. So we've simplified a little bit more now. So we just need to add up these 6 square numbers. We can make it slightly simpler one step as well, because notice these are all even square numbers. And if you think for a moment, what happens when you square an even number? Well, because they're both even, it's going to be a multiple of 2 multiplied by another multiple of 2. So they're all going to be multiples of 4, aren't they? So out of all of these, we can definitely take a factor of 4 out and then just rewrite it as 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared plus 6 squared. And I think this is probably the nicest you're going to get the total number of presents. And at this point, we probably have to do some calculation. And when you do it, you get a lovely answer, which is 364, which just happens to be 1 less than the number of days in a year. So hopefully you've enjoyed this task. And as always, any thoughts and comments in the thread below. And Merry Christmas.